Good morning, Mr. Eastman.
Yeah, Mr. Lowe.
I am here to turn in some paperwork.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I'm going to go over to the police department now. I'm going to request my records. If you recall from being in court with Judge Carter on June 20th, he had ordered those records released.
Yeah, I'm working with the police department to try to figure that out. I suspect that they'll, I mean, if you can go over there, but I don't know if they'll give you anything today.
What is there to figure out?
I still need to talk. There's a different officer now responsible for records, and I need to talk to the previous one who was there. I saw that there's that, you had something from dispatch that I hadn't seen before, and so I'm trying to look into that. It's just I've got a lot of other things to do. I'm trying to get everything done by the August 26th deadline.
Yeah, and so am I. So I guess what it sits right now is when I go over there today, I'm going to request for that information. What are they going to tell me?
I don't know. They've already done a response to your records request. They'll probably say they already gave you everything that they can give you. But I don't know. You're certainly free to go over there and ask.
And I will, and they're going to call you. Because
They might.
the information that they gave me has been redacted and or withheld. Okay? And this is in regards to the 911 calls, as well as the identity of the 911 calls, as well as the identity of the witnesses, as well as the original police report dated June 11, 2014, from the day that I was arrested.
Okay.
You had made several comments, as well as other city attorneys, that my arrest on June 11, 2014 is irrelevant to what happened at McDonald's on February 4th, 2014.
I've said that the search that was conducted at your house was irrelevant. Your arrest obviously wasn't, because it was that arrest that formed the basis for the citation.
And the search warrant also in the affidavit states that's what the basis of the search warrant is for.
Yeah, but they weren't looking for evidence about the event in McDonald's. They were looking for evidence about other crimes that they eventually didn't charge you for. So that search ends up being irrelevant because they weren't really looking for evidence to support the McDonald's event, if that makes any sense.
Well, only because I've read that affidavit several times. I'm going to disagree with you because it is in the affidavit that due to the circumstances of what happened in McDonald's, they are basing their search warrant for child pornography for that.
Sure.
And
yeah, well, that is what gave them impetus to search your house. Yeah,
so it is relevant.
But they didn't find any evidence that has anything to do with the event in McDonald's. I mean, you and I are just going to have to disagree on that one. You know, that's an argument we have to present to the court.
And that's true. They absolutely never found anything that's to my benefit, that's not to your advantage. It's to my advantage that you didn't find anything. But it is perfectly relevant because it's based on what happened in McDonald's. So if you read the affidavit as many times as I have, the search warrant is based on what happened at McDonald's. And the reason they're looking for child pornography is because of some psychotic, schizophrenic nut job sees nude children at McDonald's and says, I'm standing in front of a booth videotaping a 3-year-old girl, and he thinks she's nude, and I'm videotaping her. So Detective Carpenter states that in his affidavit. That's why he gets the search warrant looking for child pornography and takes my $20,000, my PC, my digital cameras, and my cell phones looking for child pornography. Now you can sit there and disagree with me all day long, but I suggest you read the affidavit again if you think that I'm wrong.
I think we have a different opinion on what
It could be an interpretation, but it is in the affidavit that he's looking for child pornography based on the McDonald's incident. That's all I can really say. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to ask again for the exact same information. There's no reason why they cannot release the original police report from the day that I was arrested. There's no reason why you can't release the 911 calls or ID the female employee who spoke to me, and I spoke to her as well as the other witnesses and the 911 callers.
All I can say right now is I'm still looking into it.
Okay. As far as redacting any of the call list, Again, that'll be in contempt of court. I am not going to listen to any more redacting of any call list or withholding of any more information. Now, I know that there's some time between now and August 26th or whatever the date is, but I'm going to continue to ask for that information.
That's fine.
Are you going to allow them to release it is my question.
They'll have to decide that for themselves.
They make that decision, your responsibility, and they're going to call you and say, is it okay to release that information? They always have. And that is why I'm asking.
I think what they're going to say is they've already given you that information. I think they are. I think that they're going to say, what we gave you is what we gave you. I don't think they're going to call me at all, to be honest. I don't think that's what's going to happen.
So what
It is ultimately my responsibility to get the discovery documents you've requested to you at this point. And I'm going to do that. I just am not done looking into it yet, so I have nothing to provide you and really nothing to inform you of at this time. But rest assured, I will by August 26th.
Well, as I addressed in court, the information's being redacted. So if I ask the police department again for that information, all I'm asking for is not to redact it, to release the 911 calls that they have. Now, there's no reason, if they do call you, for you to tell them, no, you can't release any of that information. That's my point. I can go over there and I can request it, and they're going to call you.
Like I said, I don't think they're going to contact me. But I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell them how they're supposed to respond. You know.
They rely on your guidance to how to respond to this issue,
Right.
is what I'm getting at.
And I'm not at a point yet where I'm able to make a determination with respect to whether they've given you everything that they're required to give you under the law or not. I'm not at that point yet, so I don't know what else I can tell you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
But you'll certainly have a response from me on the discovery, either on or before August 26th, as well as a witness list.
That's fine. I'm looking for the information that's being redacted. That's the information I'm after. I'm after the other 911 calls. There's no reason why between now and August 26th that they should continue to withhold that at this point of time. You may not have had enough time to do enough research on your own, but there's no reason for them to withhold that from me at this point of time.
That's what you think. They might be taking the position that they have a reason for redacting that information. I don't know.
Do they have any legal basis to redact and withhold that information?
They might. I don't know. And I don't think I can't get into an argument about it right now because I haven't looked into it myself.
Well,
to a point where I'm comfortable having an argument about it.
let's just make one thing clear. I'm not arguing with you. I'm having what I call a normal discussion.
Okay.
I try to be as respectful as I can, and I just continue to show as much professionalism and maturity as possible. This is an ongoing issue, obviously, for over 2 years.
Sure.
And there's no reason that I have to come back here or the police department 15 times to get those records after I've been convicted in December of 2015 on this meritless, baseless, fraudulent charge.
Well, again, you think it's meritless and baseless in the police department, and I don't think it is. But also, you're deciding to come here. I'm already under the obligation to look into this and report back to the court by August 26th.
Well, I understand that, but
So
you're not...
deciding to speed everything up by coming here today and also going to the police department. That's your decision.
Well,
not mine.
I have to prepare myself.
Yeah, and you'll have
And I need...
months after August 26th to also prepare. Trial isn't until November 7th.
Well, it's in November, unless they change the date again. I'm not sure if it's the 7th or the 8th.
Whatever date.
Whatever.
I think it's the 7th.
In November. My point is I'd like to have that information as soon as possible to better prepare myself for my defense. And
Okay.
that's why I come down here.
Yeah.
Is
well,
because...
I understand that, but I have a deadline of August 26th that I'm working with.
Thank you very much.
All right?
Have a great day.
You too.